and welcome to this week's video, Perception of Self and Others and Intercultural Communication. I'm Dr. Rick Merritt. In this presentation, we are focusing on how we perceive ourselves and others, and we'll also look at how we communicate with individuals of other cultures. Here are your deliverables for this week. You will complete the quiz and your discussions, and you must also record and submit your speech. It's due at the end of the week. Check the course calendar for details. Let's look at how our self-perception can be limiting to us. Then we're going to look at how our perception impacts how we communicate with others. As you look at these three sayings, you could have well missed the extra word "the" in the sayings on each side and the extra "a" or in the one in the middle. Why? Because we didn't expect to see it, and thus we missed it. Just as if you were bad at seeing something after the fact, it seems obvious that eyewitnesses may really be bad at remembering details of a crime, including those who committed the crime. Wells and Chen from the 2003 Annual Review of Psychology discussed the issue of using various methodologies, such as filmed events and live staged crimes. Eyewitness researchers have noted that mistaken identification rates can be surprisingly high, and that eyewitnesses often express certainty when they mistakenly select someone from a lineup. Technology such as DNA is much better at linking people to a crime than eyewitness accounts are. Now let's consider how we see ourselves. When we look at ourselves in the mirror, we see ourselves reversed, as in my picture on the left shows. In reality, others see us as the picture on the right. This also applies to how we see ourselves as friends, workers, students, and the like. You may see yourself in one way when others view you in another. For example, you may see yourself as an average student, but your friends, family, and teachers see you as a great, hard-working student with an awesome future. One of the concepts you will see in the text is self-fulfilling prophecy. In essence, we live up to our expectations. If we expect to get a grade of C on an exam, we live up to our results, and our thoughts reflect those results. Self-fulfilling prophecy can be a good thing, too. If you think positively and tell yourself you can do something, you will find you can do amazing things. As you can see, self-talk goes a long way to setting up a positive, self-fulfilling prophecy. This is why I'm encouraging you to think positively about your speech, because you get very close to what you believe you will do. As you can see from this picture, your perception and the perception of others all stems from what you think. It behooves you to have a positive self-image to portray yourself honestly. If you give a rousing speech about the horrible effects of smoking, and as the audience leaves the building, they see you lighting up a cigarette, you get the picture. What you do has much more impact on people's perception of you than what you say. This graphic shows how what we think, say, and do influence how we are perceived. This perception from others, in turn, influences what we think, say, and do. When you act according to your words, people will see the real you. That will reinforce the fact that you are who you think you are. Intercultural communication is very important anywhere you live. We have individuals from all over the world living and working right here in our area, and as well as studying here at Northeast State. Thus, communicating effectively with everyone is important. Individuals from other cultures help make our culture richer. Eastman, a global company, has a very diverse employee workforce in Kingsport. As an example of our diverse community, my boss is from China. My wife helped a family emigrate to Johnson City from Iraq. We had the pleasure of sharing their first Thanksgiving holiday with them. A good friend and colleague here at Northeast State is from Pakistan. We also know people who are in Toastmasters from Kenya and India, many more places. We are indeed a global village. As you go through the text, you'll see several concepts of culture, such as cultural identity and co-cultures, things such as race, ethnicity, sex and gender, sexual orientation, religion, and more. What can we learn from other cultures? Well, one of the fun things to learn is about the food. We can also learn about cultural celebrations and religion. Visiting other places can give us a plethora of knowledge about the culture. We need to be open to learning. In the book, you will see strategies for competent communication when dealing with other cultures. One of the best trips of my life was a trip to Kenya. We went to attend my brother-in-law David's wedding to Diana, who is Kenyan. Here, we are at Mzee's house. Mzee is a Swahili term for an older, respected gentleman. He is in the front, on the left, standing. We also had an opportunity to go on safari and see elephants and giraffes and many more animals in the wild. We hiked several times and had lunch in the Nairobi version of fast food. All in all, we did some amazing things, but more importantly, we met some amazing people who are now family. This includes Nicholas, our driver, who ensured we got everywhere we needed to go safely. And in Nairobi traffic, that is no small feat. He is pictured in the right photo on the left-hand side and has become a lifelong friend. There's much more to read and understand about culture. I look forward to your contributions on the discussion board. That's all for this week. Remember, do your discussions, complete the quiz, and be working on your speech, as the due date is the end of this week. Check the calendar in D2L for the deadline date. Until next week, I will see you online.